What up, brah?
Zeros.
Where are you today?
Let me adjust my camera, man.
It looks cool in there. Where are we?
I'm in my studio, but this is a alternate angle,
Oh,
Trev, today.
is this like the Mets alternate black jerseys?
There's nothing Mets about me, okay? I'll tell you that right now. No, you said you wanted to see all the rooms in my house. This is the studio alternate angle. Look who's behind me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jesse Crane, my guy.
Jesse Crane.
Yeah, I bought that at his charity event. Picture of him. I said, I want that picture of you, Jesse.
Who has a picture of themselves at a charity event?
Jesse. Now I got it. What you doing, man?
What's that?
What are you doing?
Just trying to defrost, get another day of BattleBots after a day off of screaming about robot competition. But I was very excited about yesterday. I'm going to share with you a little story coming up in just a little bit. But let's get going with baseball today. And maybe some of you East Coasters did not see what transpired on the West Coast last night. Angels and the Yankees, their third straight loss. Yes, Giancarlo hit another monster shot, which I think is probably traveling north on the 5 as we speak. But so too did Shohei Ohtani hit a massive blast off of his former teammate Andrew Heaney. And our teammate, Jerry Blevins, the former Major League reliever, now a key part of Shea Station with the JOMBOY media family, he actually tweeted out last night after that blast, Shohei Ohtani is the best athlete on the planet. He is a combination of Lamar Jackson and Ray Lewis. Are we going to go that far with Super Show?
It's wild. I mean, look, it depends how you define the word athlete, I guess. Yeah. A lot of people have different definitions for that. What I will say is, yeah, Shohei's ball last night was an absolute moon job.
Yeah.
A moon balloon. Breaking ball right off Heaney, and just the way he coils, Chris, he is very strong. The way he coils all that strength, he just releases it like perfectly. And it transfers right into the baseball. He's fast too. Like, yeah, we're talking about one of the greatest athletes on the planet right now, without a doubt. What I love about Shohei too is every time you hear his name on the TV or see it on social media, it's someone who doesn't usually follow baseball that's now taking notice of baseball. And it's like, I'm going to show up to watch Shohei the same way that, people will show up to watch, LeBron James in an NBA game because that's LeBron James. Like, he's that for baseball right now.
So it's always interesting. Over the years, I have one vivid memory when the All-Star game was in Camden Yards in 1993. For whatever reason, Patrick Ewing was there. And I remember trying to watch him hit a baseball. And heck, even just a few weeks ago when Giannis signed on to be part of the Brewers, he was trying to hit a baseball. And I was like, what? Like, my swing's better than that. What's going on? Like, you're one of the greatest athletes in the world and you can't swing. So it's just always interesting when you see certain athletes out of their element. I think if you were to take Shohei and have him kick a soccer ball, try and catch a pass in the NFL, try and dunk or shoot a 3, I think he would be so fluid with every movement. And then you put that on top of what he is accomplishing, something that we've never seen in the 150-year history of this sport. I looked at Jerry's comment, and the first time I was like, what's he? And then I went, I think he's onto something. I think he's out. And it's very rare where you could say that about a baseball player since the days of Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson.
That was my comparison. He's like a Bo Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no word. We talk about this all the time, Chris. There's no word to describe what he's doing. Like, we just don't know. I mean, we're going to look back at this in 10 years, and we're going to say this was the beginning of one of the greatest careers in baseball history.
Yeah. And we always kind of go through kind of tiptoeing our way through the show, hey, how long is he going to pitch and be able to hit at this level? But I think that's a me problem as a baseball fan. I should just sit and enjoy it. As long as it lasts, I can't worry about what happens next year or 3 years down the line. Enjoy what we've got because it's so damn special.
Yes. I will say this before you move on. Baseball players in general are the most versatile athletes, like going from sport to sport. You put a baseball player on a basketball court, he can shoot a little bit, he'll be able to handle, he can dribble, golf swing, tennis, football. But like you said, a lot of those other guys, because baseball is such a skilled sport, like you have to spend time at that.
Yes, it's
a learned sport.
Yeah,
that's so why different. They look silly.
It's so different. Yeah, because let's start with this. No other ball moves the way that a baseball does when you're trying to do damage against it, right? Like when LeBron James throws a cross-court pass to somebody, it's not 94 with sink. So that's what makes it so different. But I thought it was an interesting way to look at it. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry, for contributing to baseball today.
Thank you, Jerry. Good point in the chat. It said, put a baseball player on ice, then we'll see. And I agree with that. Hockey skates things different.
No, you throw skates on something, and it's totally – I have so much respect for those guys. That's a crazy one. Hey, Bryce Harper went deep again against his old team. I think he's got 7 bombs against the Nationals this year. He's got 10 this month. Will you feel badly for Bryce Harper if the Phillies don't get a playoff berth?
No, not for this year. No. I'll feel bad. I'll forever feel bad for him for missing out on 2019. Because the same –
Wow. Really?
I will, because the same thing happened to me. I left Minnesota in 2016, and next year they went to the freaking playoffs, Chris. I know it digs deep, bro. And Bryce Harper said he's happy for him, and guess what? I was happy too, but that shit eats at you, man. So I feel bad for him there in that regard. But as far as 2021, I mean, they're still in it. And they have a good chance. If they don't make it, I like the way the roster's constructed. This team's going to be in the hunt for the next 3-4 years.
Are they really? Because
I think so.
Their lineup is one of the older ones in baseball. They're going to have to turn a little bit of that over, I think.
They have a lot of guys locked up. They need some young talent in there, too.
They do.
I think it's going to be a good thing the next 2, 3, 4 years in Philly.
Here's why I feel a little bit bad. Will feel a little bit bad for them if they don't make the playoffs. Because we tend to judge guys when they move from team to team for big free agent deals strictly on the success of their ball club, right? So if the Phillies don't win it all, then everybody's going to say, well, the Bryce Harper experiment was a total failure. Tell me how he's failed this team this year. Just tell me.
He hasn't. I don't think people are going to say that, Chris.
No, I do. I think that big picture they do. And it's an unfair situation to put guys in when they see, this is different than Albert Pujols going to Anaheim. Way different, in my opinion. I really felt like Albert – I got to be careful here. But I think that Albert kind of dragged that team down a little bit. That was such a financial albatross, no pun intended here, or albatross, if you will, that then they kept throwing money at the situation, but not the right type of money. And I just don't want to see Philadelphia go down the same road here. But with Harper, they're getting the best years of his career. They're still getting the best years of his career.
And they got 10 more years, Chris. 10 more years there.
Now, they're not going to get the best years of his career at the end of
Where are we going to be in 10 years?
We better just be doing this damn same thing.
Just a little bit older, a little bit grayer?
Well, I can't get much grayer. Sides here. I'm trying to hide that shit. All right.
I don't feel bad for Bryce. Okay, I don't.
Well,
330 M's, Chris. I know. 330 M's, okay?
Stop. Don't do the whole money thing. That's not fair. I don't like that. I don't like that part of the equation. What? Do you think money strictly makes you happy? This is
no, hell no. Discussion. No, it doesn't.
Okay. All but one of the division races sucks this year. Shame on you guys. Let's go. Pick it up a little bit. But the wild card races are pretty good. Which one are you more interested in, the National League or the American League?
The American League, just because there's nothing set there. You know, the Dodgers or the Giants are going to be one of the teams at the top. They're going to be hosting.
Wait a second. Did you say the National League or the American? I think you said the American League.
Yeah, the American League, because there's nothing set. I'm saying in the National League, the Dodgers and the Giants are going to be the top wild card. And then there's the second wild card that's at play. The Yankees have the first wild card right now, and they're 2 games above Boston, I think 4 games above Oakland, so nothing's set. Like there's a world where the Yankees missed the playoffs. I know we're high on the Yankees because they just went on that run, but we could have a bunch of different teams in the American League wild card. I hope it's the Yankees-Boston. I think that'd be awesome, but it's more interesting to me just because that race is nowhere close to being finished.
Well, also because of the power teams involved in it, right?
Yeah.
You've got two of the biggest brands, including the biggest one in the sport. So, yeah, that does make it interesting. But I think that, God, it was amazing because for the first 3 months of the season, we were like, okay, whoever wins the West is going to be the one, and then the next two teams are going to be playing it out for the wild card. And, I mean, the freaking Padres slipped on a banana peel for the last 6 weeks and couldn't get out of their own way. And then all of a sudden the Reds passed them, and the Reds had hit a little bit of a dip over the last 4 or 5 days. And all of a sudden the Cardinals are back in this thing. And then we put the Phillies to sleep, and they're in this thing too.
No one put the Phillies to sleep.
We were close to putting the Phillies to sleep.
I did not.
We were close.
Okay.
We were close. If you're just joining us in the chat, somebody said, who is that player behind Trevor's head? Once again, that is Jesse Crane.
Jesse Crane.
Former Twins and White Sox reliever. Didn't he sign a good deal with the White Sox after leaving the Twins?
Yeah, he made some good money. Jesse's doing okay.
Speaking of money, here we go. Fourth question. Robbie Ray, another outstanding performance last night. Really, really good. He now has the most strikeouts in baseball history through his first 1,000 innings pitched, which is shocking that it ended up being Robbie Ray on the top of that list. He is a free agent at the end of the year. Over under $100 million for Robbie Ray.
It's a good question. It's a good number. It's a good Vegas number, Chris. I think it's going to be right around there. There's a couple different comps. You can go the Mad Bum comp, which I think was 85. Ryu for 80. Keuchel was a little bit. It was only 3 years. I think it was 55. So that was on the low end. I bet they'll start negotiating, and they'll use Mad Bum's contract as a comp. I think that's right around where I think he'll get, maybe like an 85, maybe not, maybe he'll touch 90. And I'll tell you what, I love career resurgences. I hope he gets over $100 million. The guy's been great. We talked about his strikeouts per 9. Chris Sale leads the world in that, and Robbie Ray's better. He just doesn't have as many innings or something to show up on the baseball reference page as leading it. So the game is about missing bats right now. And Robbie Ray can do that. He's honed in the walks. I expect him to cash in big time. Whether it's 85 or 100, I don't think he really cares. I think he's pretty happy with the way things are going to work out in this offseason. And he's good. Like, that's the best part about it. Like, he's good.
He turns 30, I believe, in October. So there's that magic number. Here's the deal. You kind of had a throwaway line in there, which I think is the most important aspect of Robbie Ray when you're evaluating him, that he's cut down on the walks. Part of the reason he just got to 1,000 innings was because he was a 5-inning pitcher. He was always really good, but at the end of the day, there'd be like 4 walks a game, and you'd be like, bro, what are you doing? Now he's cut those down. He can give the Blue Jays 7 innings.
Yeah.
If I'm evaluating him, I know he can miss bats with the best of them. So I've got that I check that box. Can he take me into the 7th inning so I don't have to strain my bullpen? You know, by the beginning of July, they're already worn out. We've seen way too many good teams go through with that. And if I'm going to pay a guy 9 figures, I want him to log innings. It is a big thing for me as a talent evaluator, which I'm not.
Well, I mean, his game logs recently have been fire, Chris.
Awesome. And
6 innings, 6 innings, 6 innings, 7 innings, 8 innings, 7 innings, 7 innings. That's what you need out of a starter.
See, sign me up. To me, it's a no-brainer $100 million deal then. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, but you know teams are cheap, bro. You open that up.
Some are. But who knows if in the negotiating window we get that floor, then
Blue Jays.
Yeah,
go get him.
Right.
He's your guy right now.
Yeah, he's right there. Get it before he goes to free agency.
100%. I'm sure they're already talking.
Probably. All right, last one here. Mookie Betts bobblehead night. Excuse me. My God, my throat and this dry air is killing me. Mookie Betts bobblehead night. Huge night for him. He catches the first pitch from his mom, Diana. Then he hits a moonshot. How did you play when family was watching the game?
I got to be – I think they were there so much that I don't really have, like, a special time where they showed up and I killed it or I was so bad or something like that. I do think on my birthday I performed pretty well most of the time. They were in town for that. I think I have, like, 3 homers on my birthday.
Really?
Maybe that and Jackie Robinson Day. Those are my days, Chris.
God almighty. You know what? Hold on. I want to look up your home run log real quick. Tell somebody a good story about something while I'm looking this up.
Okay, well, let's see a good story.
But how about let's start with this. His mom, Diana, Mookie's mom, I loved her. I loved the first pitch where she stared him down, where she did the whole sign in there. I mean, she did a first pitch the way you should do a first pitch. So can I just give her some credit?
Yeah, of course. And then Mookie obviously is just a stud. Mom's there, throws out the first pitch, bobblehead night. Of course he's going yard.
Hey,
that's what a superstar does.
I forget. I know it was earlier this year. What's your birthday?
June 15th.
All right, 6/15. Oh, there's one against Giovanni. Got two against Giovanni Gallardo in the same game, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. The Anibal Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
Maybe
that's it.
Jared Weaver was 2 days before a birthday, and that's it. You got
Sorry about it, Weave.
Birthdays.
Yeah, I think I performed well. Maybe not all the homers, but 3 homers pretty good.
Okay. For me, by the way, because we're circling back to how'd you do in front of your parents, it really has nothing to do about baseball because I shut it down after 8th grade, in which I hit 314 my last year in organized ball. But we had a big-time speaking contest at my high school, a university school in Cleveland, Ohio. I went to a snooty all-boys school. You went to an all-boys school, but it wasn't as snooty as mine.
Mm-mm.
And so junior year, we had a thing called the Sherman Prize Speaking Contest. My parents were gone. They were on a trip, and I made the finals. There were only 6 kids that made the finals. I did my speech on being a sportsaholic. And sports speeches never won at this school because they wanted you to talk about something intelligent. Well, I was a moron. So it was the only thing I knew about, admitting to everybody that I was a sportsaholic. And I won the contest. And my parents weren't there.
Oh.
And it hurt my heart.
Of course you'd win a contest about talking. You're the best talker around.
No. Average. Trip over my words. Can't formulate thoughts.
Your ability to talk landed you your beautiful wife, Michelle. Think about that, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it's that because I don't know what else has done it. No. Back in the day, it was just average. Now it's below average. All right, what do you have coming up? First of all, somebody in the chat wanted to know about your hat. Where'd you get that sweet Dodger?
Search Carlamar on IG or Twitter. CARLAMAR. He's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
And today I'm wearing my Burlington Sock Puppets hat, and you guys have seen that before. You can go to the JOMBOY Media or my own Chris Rose Twitter feed. I've got a picture of it somewhere up there from years past or months past. What do you have coming up on JOMBOY?
Let me see. One sec. I have an awesome sequence episode that's coming out today. We talked about Liam Hendrickson tipping pitches. And oh boy, I found a lot of stuff.
I like that.
Yeah, so we ran through it, found some good stuff. I think you definitely should check that out. I always like doing that. I go in, analyzing the pitcher, especially when I find stuff. So I got that coming out. Then we're going to record Talking Baseball today for release tomorrow. What do you got?
Great. By the way, with the sequence, I told you my oldest son Josh loves those. He learns a ton. So keep rolling those out.
Thank you.
Those are good. So for me, Andrew Chafin of the A's, that episode dropped yesterday. Got some good response on it. It's very funny. And I told you the interesting thing was he did the show from Chris Bassett's house. That's where he's living. He and Bassett share an agent. Well, Bassett ended up following me on Twitter yesterday after we put a little clip out about Chafin talking about staying at Bassett. So I exchanged texts with him. It seems like he's doing great. He's in a good place right now. I was happy about it. He had a good sense of humor about everything. He said he's keeping his eye on Chafin, by the way.
I saw he was in his kitchen.
Yeah, that's where he was.
It seems like Chafin spends a lot of time there, right? That's like his spot.
Well, that's his. He's got his beer drawer of IPA.
I saw his beer drawer.
It was very funny.
I have a beer drawer.
So yesterday, I was I off from BattleBots, and I was prepping for 2 interviews I was going to do on my next day off on Wednesday. I get a call from the Reds' outstanding communications director, Rob Butcher. He's like, Joey Votto wants to go today. Can you go? And I was like, yes. Well, Joey Votto wants to go today. Who are we to say no?
That's right.
So we recorded the Votto episode yesterday. 45 minutes on a game day he gave us. 45 minutes. And We zigged, we zagged. Conversation went all over the place, just the way you would expect to go with Joey Votto. And I loved every minute of it, and it's coming out Thursday. So
That's
prep
awesome.
yourselves.
He's like one of the most interesting people in sports right now.
Far and away.
That's a nice get, Chris.
Dude, his discussion, he had me, because Joey, I've interviewed him probably 10 times in my career, and I still can't tell when he's serious and when he's fucking with me. And yesterday he got me a couple of times. He was like, yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I was like, just kidding. And I was like, fantastic. So it's really, really good. It's fun.
Love that.
All right. Listen, dude, have a great day. We're back at it again tomorrow.
Same time?
Yeah, possibly. I apologize. We're moving it, one day we're 11 a.m. Eastern, one day we're 11:30. I apologize to everybody. Schedule's a little crazy around here with BattleBots, but thank you for joining us. That's all that matters. That's all that matters is you're here.
Anytime you need me, man, I'm here.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And just send that Jesse Crane print over to the house when you can.
You like it?
Nice. Solid. All right, bro. Have a great day.
See you, Rose.